Oh, we're live?
Yep, we are now. First thing you
All
get here, we live. Hey guys, how you doing? The rest of the cops that killed me out here, how you guys doing today?
I felt that. I'm good, bro. How you living, LJ?
I'm great, right? Yeah. I kind of have a story. I have a story about that type of stuff, but what are you guys up to? What's life like?
Lockdown.
I went to ATL.
Oh yeah, you said that. For what?
Said what?
Why?
I'm doing my little shit now.
Is that like your job?
I mean, I wouldn't quit my day job, but if I get signed, like to an actual company, then I would quit my day job. I could quit a little.
That's fire.
Yeah, that actually is. Y'all niggas should do it.
Okay.
You just said that like you could like you just pick that shit up and go do it.
I think you can. But
That's how it happened with me, nigga.
speaking of which, I'm actually making steps to improve myself.
Oh, yeah, I was doing too. The weight loss, bro. Weight loss guy.
Yeah.
Weight loss man over here riding his bike.
Since I started like trying to lose weight, I've already lost 6 pounds.
That's hot. That's super hot.
I ate a spinach wrap the other day. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was awful. The wrap itself was awful, but
what it did for you was amazing.
I'd say not for my toilet, but hey, what do you call it? Me and my dad, me and Jeff were talking about before. Me and my dad made that if I can lose 20 pounds by the next month, I get 100 pounds. So, Cole, you're not moving right now, but you can hear us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, life is good. I'm trying to stop other things too. I try not to masturbate as much.
Oh shit! This not even LJ no more.
What's going on right now?
When was the last time I did it? It was Saturday, but at the same time, niggas have had the urge. I didn't find it.
Yeah, bro. Alright, like what's going on, my man? Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm catching y'all up on my life. We don't talk as much anymore. You're on lockdown. Cold is in the land modeling and shit. I'm catching y'all up. Got more or less work, so now I'm bored at work.
Oh, you stopped going there?
Yeah.
You getting that unemployment money?
I am still.
Word.
Unemployment?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I'm not getting as much as I was, but the government mandated 600 or whatever they was doing. I'm still catching up.
What's up?
I'm a business owner now.
Okay. What you doing, bro? What's good?
Talk about that, bro.
What you doing?
Talk about that, bro.
Oh no, I haven't really created my product yet. But as far as being a registered legal entity and perfect is something that I'm really making happen right now. Like I wasn't playing with that shit.
I fuck with it.
So I am a registered business now. I made an Instagram page. I'm just waiting to have my designs made. I spoke with my artist recently.
Nigga?
Yeah.
Where is that? You ain't following nigga. How we ain't even know, bro.
Actually, all three of us have Instagrams. You couldn't tell us to follow it. Mm-mm.
I don't have nothing on there yet, bro. I'm still in the creation period.
So what? Damn, nigga, no, you ain't even gonna let me support my boy. You a piece of shit, bro.
Yo, bro.
Then he gets mad at us when, why aren't you guys buying my shit? Because we ain't know it and we ain't know shit came out.
Come on, bro. Everybody gonna know when my shit come out, bro. When they come out, everybody gonna know when my shit come out.
But yeah.
I shattered my phone screen yesterday. That shit was tragic.
Your phone screen?
I fucked my whole phone up yesterday. Like I broke the screen, all the shit around it. Like I fucked it up entirely and had to go all the way to Sayreville to have my screen fixed.
Yeah, I asked this yesterday, but doesn't that void your warranty?
Partially. I can't go to Apple anymore if basically my display is having the issue, but say my, I don't know, wires or speaker or something was having the issue, I believe I could still go to them. Because I was looking into it before I went and gave the people the phone. So apparently I didn't fully void my warranty, no.
Okay.
Yo, Joe, did you hear that rumor about Samsung and Apple about to join forces?
That's I hate this country.
They said they're going to join forces. They're going to join forces, and they're not going. When they sell the phone, they're not going to have the charger in the box anymore. You got to buy the charger set.
I will stop buying phones, bro. I will fucking switch to Motorola, son. I will get a Google Pixel.
I am pretty sure Samsung owns that, but okay.
They're gonna start charging like $7,000 for phones if they do that, right?
Bro, yeah, I hate this country.
The removal of competition from something like that's terrible. That is terrible for the consumer.
I hate this country. I hate capitalism. You can tell me there's no such thing as monopolies and then just drop that on me. I hate that. Oh my gosh.
It's a rumor though. It's a rumor so far. So let's not.
Yeah, it's not confirmed yet.
It's the same. It was the same thing with Uber when they bought Postmates. Of course, I bought Uber when I heard that was gonna happen. I bought shares in Uber. I was like, eat off this. I don't like it.
I mean, it's America, bro. This is America.
So
I
was gonna say, you guys got any entanglements lately?
What?
Any entanglements?
I've been in the same entanglement for like 6 years, bro. I don't know. I've been tangled up for a while, so.
Before I ask y'all how y'all feel about this, I just want to say this. Can you imagine if Will Smith did this?
Yeah, he would be demonized. I mean, but Jada's being demonized.
I don't like it. Like, we're not making memes out of it. This is the opposite. We're canceling Will. We're never watching Fresh Prince again. They're not watching Fresh Prince again. But, like, I think we're canceling Will. Like, you know what actually, like, the actual situation was August came to Jada broken. Like, the dude was sick and he had drug problems and, like, whatever. Mentally, he
had
lost.
A drug problem?
So I've heard. I don't know if this is secondhand information.
You shouldn't make that claim if you don't know for sure, bro.
Okay, secondhand information. I'm saying it. Whatever. He was definitely fucked up mentally, and he came to Jada broken, and Jada said, "I'm a fuck."
Oh, August? I'm pretty sure he was.
You said he was.
I'm pretty sure he was. He did.
Word. But yeah, he came to him broken. She just fucked him and then just threw him out to the side. And people also don't mention that he was Jaden's friend. There you go. He was Jaden's friend, so he brought his friend home.
You look at that link I sent, bro? Where your mom at, nigga?
That shit was not fire, bro. Where your mom at, nigga? Where your mom at, nigga? That shit was rough, bro. That's rough. That's very, very intense.
I don't like.
Always listen to young boy.
To be honest, as a feminist, I don't think Jada getting enough heat, bro.
You don't think she getting enough heat?
Oh, she did. But I think it was foul, and if it was Will Smith, he is canceled. If this was Will Smith, he is canceled. That's rape because he used his power to take advantage of a younger person.
You know what, OJ? That's fair. That he might be getting a different type of hate if this was Will Smith that did this, because Jada definitely did dismiss August as an entanglement, and I don't like the justification of I don't like we only know what she told us and what August said, but from what I hear, I don't like the justification of fucking him as healing him. Like,
that's not what she was saying, bro.
Sure did.
They had a whole relationship.
Healed him, and
no, it did.
They had a whole relationship.
Okay, but now it's being dismissed as an entanglement. So, did they?
Nah, Will shut that shit down. You watched the interview. Will was like, y'all had a relationship, and then she was like, yeah. She
was side-swiping that shit, though. She called that. Will had to ask her what happened, Jada, like 4 or 5 times, bro. And then she said, we had entanglement.
You trying to slide?
He was like, entanglement, Jada. She was like, yes, an entanglement. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. And then she tried to dismiss it like it wasn't nothing. Like, shit was cheesy, bro. But I'm gonna say something. It's probably gonna be fucked up. But for me to cancel Will Smith, and like to the degree where like I'm not like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air coming on, I'm dropping everything. I'm watching it. You feel me? First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real, you know. You feel me? For me to cancel Will Smith, bro, he gotta like shoot up a school, rape somebody, say he hate black people. He gotta wild the fuck out. Like canceling Will Smith, not easy for me.
Okay. You guys think that this is healthy? Like this relationship?
I feel like it's nobody's fucking business. That's the problem. Like I feel like it's nobody's fucking.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I feel like that's the energy that more people need to take on. And like, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. The memes and shit be funny, but I was looking at this shit the other day and I was just thinking like, damn, bro, like Will Smith has the internet. Like he sees this shit, bro. And if he's already feeling fucked up about the situation with his relationship or whatever, you know, he claims to be fine. To me, his face says something different, but I don't know how that man really feels. But just all the memes and just people making fun of that shit, like that's the nature of the world, I guess. But it's super insensitive. It's super fucked up. Like ain't nobody really thinking about how they feel. Like,
yo, did y'all niggas see the Michael Blacks and shit? I gotta say that shit. This ain't Michael Blacks again. This nigga. We disrespect him.
Like that's that whole marriage, bro. That's his life. Yeah, no. I saw somebody said those were fake DMs. Like they were supposedly fake, but he was like, yeah, I heard.
I was just gonna read it. Hold on, let me read
it. Yeah. Go ahead.
50 says, yo, Will, you all right over there? Will responds, yeah, I'm cool. I appreciate your concern, brother. 50 then responds, but why you tell that shit on show for everyone to see? That wasn't me being stupid. It was just weird. We broke up so she and I did together. We broke up so she did her and I did me. Okay, word. Then he said, then only she give permission for someone to blow her black back out. Fuck you, 50. What did I do?
It was all cool until he said blow her back out. Like it was all cool until he threw that. It's like, come on, bro. The niggas ain't need that kind of imagery. Like when I hear shit like that, I'm picturing August Alsina behind Jada Smith wilding the fuck out. Like
hitting the high note.
Bunny humping. Have you ever seen rabbits fuck, bro? It's like rapid fire. Like that's what I'm imagining with get her back blowed out. Like 50 Cent is like he's a bad dude, bro. That's a bad guy.
He's a clown.
Him and Wayne,
bro.
Him and Wayne, I wasn't fucking with it, man. What even prompted that like conversation? Because I didn't watch the August.
I didn't see the August interview, so I don't know.
Like I feel like that's something that you're supposed to just keep your mouth shut about.
You're supposed to.
Yeah. Forever. Like why are you talking about?
Like your friends, yes, it's JFP, but you don't go out and just
on a public interview and do some shit like that. But we don't know what prompted that. But still, I don't agree with the method that he took.
I feel that I can't get like not from there, but she had an actual like okay thing. And it wasn't until like I found the information that was given to me from that Red Table Talk. I'm just like, oh, she kind of just did that guy dirty.
Yo, bro, they've been replacing like the Future memes and like Jada's face. Future, that's just comedy.
All right, I have a question about this. How do I word this? I thought it was cute, but how did you guys feel about the bad marriage for life shit?
It was terrible. I don't like that shit. Like,
yeah, that was stupid.
No, no, bro, no. Nah.
The way I saw it, like this marriage, whether or not, technically it would be considered a bad marriage as long as we still love each other, whatever. We're in it for life. That's the way I interpret the bad marriage for life thing.
Your interpretation makes sense. I still didn't. I mean, it's cool for them. If you're asking me like how I feel about it in terms of self, I'm not fucking with that shit at all. Like, bad man, bro, I'm not. Nah, I guess she didn't cheat.
She didn't cheat.
Technically, they were on a break. That's another thing I don't believe in. Though. I don't believe in breaks. Like, if I'm on some shit like, if we gotta take a break and you go get pipe somebody else, and I'm about to pipe somebody else, like, we really feel me? Like, I don't need it. We could just go our separate ways and call it a day.
We can kind of put a button on this. It's been tough to death.
Yeah, that cat. There was a video of him on some blood. I don't remember where he's at. Somewhere LA or some shit like that, though. And he out there, like, just chilling with them, and they was, asked all questions, and they was so cool. But he passed with some poor in the meat, but he passed with everybody shit to him. And the people that they was with, just walking from the weed dispensary, got pressed on some where you from, who know shit. Like, why that happen that way? Why we not actually too? Like, we pressing there? Not to say I was up to him, but why they pressing Marty and them, but they not pressing him like that? It's a black is rooted in that.
Again, but then, like I said,
black people with the niche and this and that. And if I feel like trust somebody, they're not going to tell me, they want to respect whatever code that I got, then I'm gonna do something to them. If I feel like I'm doing something, I'll get in trouble. I'm not doing it. That's usually exactly about shit too. I feel like that's usually why people don't do stuff like that. You do stuff like Mexicans like that. It's like Mexicans walking through LA after
because we know that they tell. We know that they it was a 6ix9ine joke.
I was gonna make a picking strawberries joke, but
what?
Picking strawberries, but picking strawberries. It's about tradition.
Whatever.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the culture. This is what I'm saying, but the culture is just because of basically it was like the reason why black neighborhoods are so bad because they're like profits. A whole bunch of situations that are just has a lot of they're not doing anything to change it. Like in the show like The Wire, they don't that show like perfectly illustrates the problem. Just because you put police there does not mean that it makes the place safer. All it does is agitate people. And like, if I can't talk to these guys, it feels like that. It feels like essentially
how they set like neighborhood up though. Like the ghettos in general would just kind of be set up like that. I was watching a Joey Badass interview actually. That shit that like blew my mind, bro. He blew my mind. He's like, you ever pay attention to the way ghettos are set up? They're built in such a way that you don't have to leave them. Everything that you need to pay is there. Your laundry there. Your liquor store is there. Your fucking your food stores are there. Everything that you need is pretty much right in your area. For people who are in situations where you come from a neighborhood where you're not together, you don't really get to see the world. Like you don't really get to experience shit outside of where you live. They don't give you a reason to leave that shit. That's why I feel like people get so comfortable in them situations. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I got you.
Like I thought that was very interesting to me. I think that is done intentionally, like in a way that's an accident.
Trying to deal with stuff like that. How y'all feel about Kanye?
Yeah, that nigga crazy.
That's like one of the funniest, not funny things I've ever heard. He's like too late on the ballot for this one.
It's too late to be on the ballot for some states.
I feel like the possibility of Kanye West becoming the president, the shit is not likely, but it's not impossible, and it's more likely than it's ever been before, bro. Like, that shit crazy, bro. That's real crazy, bro.
You're stupid. You voted for Harambe. I'm not saying that whatever, but Kanye West, the fact that he says I'm running for president, vote for me for president, or whatever. Like, people, whether or not they're allowed to do it, whether or not it counts, you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. Be upset. But
what is going down to him or Trump?
Huh?
It's going down to him or Trump. He's going to vote for Trump.
That's basically how it works. Though he's not going as a Democrat or a Republican. So basically, yeah, it's not hurting anyone but him. It's not like people who don't care. And we back. So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, we talking about Kanye. But, fuck. Okay, so you guys want to hear a story? I think Cook's gonna be a little proud of me. I did not fuck nobody. But,
A lot just happened real fast, but go ahead.
So, yesterday when I was at work, for the sake of my future employment, I won't say where. I was at work, and we were it was about 6:30, close at 7, and
Have we said where you worked before on here?
I'm sure, but nobody looked that far. If they do, we get listens. There you go. So we went to work. I went to work. We were about to close, and for some reason this guy did not put on a mask. He was not wearing a mask. I don't know how he got into the store. Wasn't wearing the mask, and my manager, older manager, told him to put on the mask, and then my friend Miles, you guys know Miles Daniels, Miles, he also told him to, and then my boy Serge, I was next to Serge when he was doing it. Serge was at the door checking people to come and whatnot. That's for the Chop Orange context. He refused to wear. He was walking out this. He was still looking around on his way out the store after my older manager kicked him out, and he started yelling, "You can't tell me to do anything. You guys can't tell me to wear a mask. I'm leaving. I'm not putting on a mask. Corona shit not real." And whatchamacallit? And he was sitting at the door for about 2 minutes. We're like, "Okay, sir, that's fine. That's great. Yeah, keep it moving though. We don't care." Yep. Mm-mm. Then whatchamacallit? You start, you see, look at this body. Does it look healthy? Doesn't it look healthy? I'm like, oh, fucking no, nigga. And this look healthy. I'm like, okay, sir, that's fine, but we can't have you in here without a mask. We have the right to refuse service. And then he kept going off a tangent, and then went out. And then when I started to walk towards him I started walking towards him to like, yeah, bro, that's fine, but leave. He was on some shit like, he said, I don't have to leave. I'm like, okay, bro, go, just go. And then it looked like I backed him down. I really wish he wouldn't. Like, bro, like I was saying, Cole would be proud. I was ready to throw down, bro. I was ready.
Boy, LJ was about to work them hands.
About to throw this nigga.
Go, bro. Like after he left, bro, it took me about 10 minutes to like just calm down and just do my job. Like I just sat in the back and like, yeah, bro, I'm excited. Okay, so before that, he said, don't believe the liberal media. This shit's not real. And I was like, yeah. Black Lives Matter. Don't know why I said that. To this day, don't know why I said that. You know what his response to that was?
Oh man.
What was it?
See, all lives matter. And just stormed off.
Is this a true story, bro?
Sure, guys.
This is not a fib?
Nope.
So, for all this was a white man, I am to assume.
Yeah.
Was he old?
He was about late 20s, maybe early 30s.
Damn, son. Damn.
Bald. About your height. That played a part in my uppityness. I'm not going to lie. He was somewhat muscular, but I've learned in my long 23 year life that usually people are that big when they can't fight. Yeah, I was bro. I was ready.
Bro. Like, You know what's crazy,
I'm
bro?
even getting excited again talking about it.
I thought about the possibility of that happening, but I was like, no fucking way. Not up here. Not up north.
Yeah.
You talking like Civil War type shit, man.
That's what I was thinking, bro. Up here, it's a little bit. The atmosphere up here is a little bit different than down south, bro. That's just facts.
Well, I mean, if it was down south, he would have been like, man, you don't get this nigger out of here talking to me like that.
He would have threw a noose around LJ neck.
He would have threw a banana at you and told you to go sit down.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, and then I spent the rest of that shift. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There was a lady that Miles was ringing out during. Like Miles was saying while we were talking, "Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir." And then the lady after he left. Oh, I would have tased him.
She said she would have tased him.
She had her taser on. She was a white lady. She needed a taser. Like she felt the need to have a taser on her, and she was ready to use it.
I'm moving to Denmark, bro. America is just not the move no more.
Was that you clapping, Cole?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What prompted the Black Lives Matter thing? Like,
I don't
you still
know.
don't.
I don't. I just knew. I subconsciously knew it would piss him off.
Isn't it funny that all of the people that are on some no mask shit are 9 times out of 10 also the All Lives Matter people?
Yes.
I think that is a correspondence that really needs to be put under a microscope, bro. Like, people really need to look at that and figure out why that's happening. Why are
another thing I don't get?
Because they're dumb.
Another thing I don't get. If you're going to sit, I will never forget. There was a video. People had the sign. It was a protest for the Black Lives Matter protest. Someone had the All Lives Matter sign, and another guy with the same people was laying on somebody's knee. I mean, it was on someone's knee. No, he had like a dummy, and like he was on the dummy's neck with his knee. I'm like, bro, that doesn't make any sense. You're saying all lives matter, but you're making fun of someone.
And then that's very all lives matter of them. It's the best way. Very all lives matter.
How can you say all lives matter, but then don't say all, like, my bad. You can't say all lives matter, and when we say Black Lives Matter, no, you don't. All lives matter. Like, usually if you're going to say something to someone with all lives matter, you're going to say no. Like, the fact that if I'm saying Black Lives Matter, you say no to my Black Lives Matter, no matter what you say afterwards, you just
it's invalid. No. It's invalid. I don't even know, bro. It's just like we've already stated it. The people who understand Black Lives Matter and the people who don't. Okay, the people who don't want to, and they're not going to. I just, at this point, they're only counter protesting, not because they feel like all lives matter, but literally just because they want to have something to say against the people who are protesting for the rights of Black people. That's it. You know what else is really bothering me? And I watched like a 5-minute compilation of it today, bro. It was these boys in like Huntington, California, or some shit like that. I don't remember where they was at. But they had masks, like free masks, and they were like offering people masks. They weren't forcing this shit on nobody. They was offering it to them. And then when people be like, "Nah, I don't want it," they'd be like, "Well, how come?" But bro, the amount of white people, because that was who was doing it, that make this shit about religion.
It made it about religion.
Bro, it's always, I swear to God, like 4 of them was like, "Who is your God? Who do you worship as God?" Because quite frankly, you're interrupting God's breathing system. Like, yo, bro, people.
God's breathing system?
Yes, son. Yeah, son. God's breathing system.
I have yet to hear anybody rebuttal this whole mass situation with a medical degree.
With anything that makes sense.
No. I want them to have a medical degree. Everybody I've seen with a medical degree is saying, yeah, wear a mask. I'm listening to people with a medical degree. I'm not listening to people who just rock with Trump, who don't know what the 19 and COVID-19 stands for.
Like, I used to be there were so many things about Christianity that I used to detest, and there's still stuff that I have problems with and stuff that I have questions about. But I used to be mad at Christianity. Like, people who are religious a lot of times tend to say shit with, I don't even want to generalize it like that. It's just that a lot of people who claim to be religious take things and say them with no basis or no logic behind them, and then they just back up whatever dumbass claim that they made with Christianity. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you? And I had to learn to separate the religion itself from the dumbass people, or some of the dumbass people that partake in it but don't even really partake in it in the right way, I guess.
Like I told you this before, but I sent you a video about a month ago of my past. It was a sermon my pastor made, basically separating the church from American politics, basically saying how you can't like, well, he didn't say in this particular sermon, but it was a sermon before where he was just saying how, like, you can't, if you're going to be religious, you can't put other things into that religion. Like, you can't say, if let's just say we're all Christian, and like we say we're Christian because we're American. Now it's not Christianity anymore. It's now something totally different. It's perverted, and now you're now doing things in the name of God, but it's not really something that God would want. You know what I'm saying?
That was basically the point that I was trying to make. You just worded it way better than me. But yeah, like, stop mixing them two things and trying to make it. People will take any fucking thing that they can and bend it up to fit their narrative. Like, people consistently pick and choose when they're going to listen to certain, like, everybody's saying that, like what you just said, you're listening to people with a medical degree about wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, right? And the people that are saying that they're not going to listen to them because it's interrupting God's breathing system are the same motherfuckers that'll go to a hospital, get diagnosed with cancer, and then go get chemotherapy or some shit. So you just pick and choose when you want to listen to medical professionals and when you don't. Like, the lack of consistency and thought that is going into so much of the shit around COVID-19 is, I have truly realized how stupid people really are, bro.
Bro, if South Park ain't teach me nothing, grown-ups are stupid.
As fuck. People literally just are not, they just don't think about anything, bro. And
everybody's Randy. Everybody has a little Randy in them.
Everybody has a little bit of Randy Marsh in them, bro.
So to go back to my little job experience, Cole, like I said, you would be proud. Are you proud? How you feel?
Yeah, I'm glad if you was going up the smoke, you know what I'm saying? It'd be even better if you knocked them out and then you turned around and fucked the bitch right there. In front of everybody. In front of everybody.
Can't have anybody with him.
This the Marty face, right? Just in response to that wild shit that he just said.
Again, like I said before, he was shorter than me. He was like I said, he was considerably smaller than me. Not to mention, Serge was right there to follow up. I was ready for it.
What Miles said, he said it's jump time, bro. Ain't no fair ones in here. It's jump time. We jumping you, so.
I would have been kind of upset. I would be kind of upset if we ended up jumping him because I kind of wanted that myself. But
he must have really. You know what though? You did say an All Lives Matter person is like the quickest way to make LJ mad.
All Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and even whatever. Even when like we're at work and I'm seeing people with the Blue Lives Matter mask, I'm like, bro.
I told you somebody came in there with the I stand for the flag mask. I'm like, wow, bro, that's. I feel it, bro. I feel it.
I haven't seen any of those things.
I'm seeing a lot of those things, and I'm just like, do you, man? I guess, do you?
I'm not seeing a lot of like political, like what you call it, masks. I ironically saw a Trump mask the other day, which I thought was like, which it's kind of an oxymoron. It makes sense.
Y'all know Mr. Heyman, right?
Yeah.
He be wearing a Trump 2020 hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, with the nah. We're not talking about the same person, right?
We probably are. I don't want to say too much about him in case I get back to him, but I know who you're talking about, though. You went to school with his daughter? I'll say that.
Wait, what?
We went to school with his daughter. What?
Oh yeah,
with the nice eyes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Hey man, niggas gonna do what they want to do, man. People are adults, bro.
To be
Feel me?
fair,
They
though,
gonna.
to be completely fair, I'm not. I'm not saying that him outright supporting him is wrong. But I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote in November. I'm not gonna do it enthusiastically. The only way I'm gonna vote for Joe Biden enthusiastically is if Kamala Harris is his running
I'm just on some shit like, bro. This is a president that told police that they need to use that 1950s dominance, bro. That's your man's. Like, as a black man, that's your man's. Use that 19.
mate.
You know what the 1950s dominance was, cuz? That was attack dogs and hoses. That's your man's.
But you
Like,
wish you
that's
had
who
your
you fucking
raincoat
with.
right now.
Like, what, bro? I don't know, bro. Niggas weird, bro. I think a lot of times people look at the shit Trump say and get emotional and don't look at all of the facts behind it. True. But is this, you can't tell me that there ain't an ounce of racism in this president. You can't tell me that. I refuse to believe. I think he's very opportunistic. I think that he's a businessman before anything. But in the same breath, that man has no respect for the black community, black culture, none of that shit.
I think his father
None of
was a member. It was an active and known member.
it. KKK member or something like that, right?
Yeah. I think he was a Grand Wizard.
The Grand Wizard.
Nerds too,
Yeah,
bro. They rank
those names are stupid. Like which
Grand Wizard, Imperial Dragon, Grand Cyclops. They shit is like fucking dork. Fucking dork. I'm
okay.
I like all that shit. I like, not that shit, but I meant to like dragons.
To kind of move on, me and John kind of talked about it last night. Cove, I don't know if you saw the video or heard it, but you guys talk about Will Smith, Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Rapper Nick Cannon.
Okay. So they first of all, John, I don't know if you know, they canceled Wild 'N Out.
Yeah, he got fired from Viacom and all that.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He got fired. He made some. They called it anti-Semitic. Which I kind of get anti-Semitic. Oh yeah, guys, that reminds me. I made the Dean's list this year, so clap it up.
How did anti-Semitic remind you that you made the Dean's list?
Because the Dean is a Jew.
Wow,
is that the truth?
he is not.
Oh,
okay.
I just got an email from something about school, and yeah, and then that just reminded me. I made the Dean's list, but he was making something about he was saying something about roughly what he was saying was white people because they lack melanin. Say the word, Deborah.
Melanin.
Melanin. It's melanin.
They're predisposed to savage behavior.
they're predisposed to savage behavior because they lack color.
Yes. So that was something. Basically, that was basically just what he's saying. I don't want to go too far into it. All I'm gonna say about the Nick Cannon situation is, how do I word this? I don't want to say that he's wrong. I don't want to say he's right either.
Was he dead ass?
Yeah.
Did that make any sense?
The way he worded it kind of made sense.
The only issue, I won't say the only, but the primary issue that I took with Nick Cannon's statements is that he overgeneralized. He didn't account for the white people who don't do that angry, savage, evil shit. But
I don't think it's a white or black thing at all. I just think it's just select people are just purely evil, and then it just so happens that white people who are evil, they just have all the power. An evil black guy, like what is the evil black guy? Like a 50 evil black guy is 50 Cent. Like an evil black guy is basically just like he does bad things. Like he just does bad things for the sake of doing it for bad things. White people do stuff systematically.
Agent of chaos, bro. They call 50 an agent of chaos. I mentioned it briefly before, and I kind of want to ask your opinion on it. 50 and Wayne disappointed me, but it's not nothing that I didn't expect from either one of them. I'm gonna just say that. But some of what Nick Cannon said, I understood what he was getting at, but like I said, he just overgeneralized and really didn't account for the people that don't do that shit. But just history tells a story, and the history of white people is not one of compassion or love. Like everybody always tries to go back to like slavery, for example, and how black people were enslaving each other before white people was doing that shit. Slavery never looked like white people enslaving black people in America, bro. Like, first of all, the shit was generational for years, and hundreds of years. The shit was generational, and the methods that were used were fucking ridiculous. Like the buck breaking farms in Jamaica. That's some shit that I can just never I'll never be able to get past that, man. So they would take the strongest male slave and butt fuck him in front of the other slaves to break their spirits. Like that's sadistic, bro. I don't know if I'm not gonna attribute that to the lack of melanin, but there's definitely a lack of a conscience and a heart and the capability for empathy and compassion for humans in general. Like I don't even think that provided the opportunity to have revenge on the white people, that I don't even think I'll be able to do that shit, bro. Like I think that just doing shit like eviscerating people, hanging people, just mutilating humans, I don't think that
it's also like we were talking about the black culture before. I think it's also like a cultural thing. Like this is like people like was Donald Trump supposed to not be racist? Was supposed to not be racist when your dad's a Grand Wizard? Like it's like it's stuff like that, hatred stuff are passed down. And then like the people who like don't rock with that stuff, like they're passing down proper things. It's the same, like I'm saying, it's more of a cultural. People just being evil people breed evil people, not it's just white people who are just evil. It's just everyone has the capacity to be evil.
I also think too, though, that to some degree on both sides, not even just black and white, but just humans in general, people need to take accountability and understand that yes, culture does impact a lot of shit. The way you was raised does impact a lot of shit. But once you learn differently, if you are provided the opportunity to learn different, you should do different. Like you say, was he not supposed to be racist when his father was a Grand Wizard? Yeah, he probably came up like that. That shit was normal to him. But once you learn and understand that that's not how you're supposed to be, you're supposed to do different. Same shit with like, again, I got to go back to Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was a gangbanger, and you know the stories around him, from him and the people that was around him. He was active. The motherfucker was active. He was really getting down like that. But he grew up, he learned different, and he did different, and started to make a change for the better in his community, and was trying to do things to close the gaps between the black community of LA and the police. Like shit like that. That's how it's supposed to be. Huh?
He knew better, so he did better.
Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. He took accountability, he took responsibility, and realized that the shit that he was doing before he was educated was stupid. So he got it together, he fixed it. And he stopped doing that shit. Like that shit for Trump, his father being a whatever. So he was like, fuck out of here with all that shit. I ain't trying that shit. Niggas know to do better. Simple as that. You know better, you do better.
Okay.
You do a little better.
Huh?
You do a little bit better.
Who?
Trump.
Use that 1950s dominance? My ass.
I mean, he's not a Grand Wizard.
He could say, we don't know that. He could say 1850.
I feel like you need more free time to be a Grand Wizard, bro.
He could say 1850.
Be cops and be whole clan members, bro. You don't need more free time. All you need to be able to do is apply pressure to the people that you're trying to oppress and or hurt.
While my laptop was restarting, because I had to restart my laptop because this thing is a piece of shit. I saw a tweet that said Nick Cannon got fired faster than the cops that killed George Floyd. let that sink in.
I mean, right? He makes some comments that white people don't like. Get him out of here. Where the cops that killed Breonna Taylor? They're still free, right?
Yep.
They locked up one of
I
them.
don't think that's going to happen. I don't.
Why are all of them not locked up, bro?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
It's a lot of shit
I'm not trying to be a pessimist or anything, but it's just.
I won't be surprised if it doesn't.
People are screaming at the top of their lungs. As long as as a community we don't forget about it, I think her sacrifice still remains. But actually, I do kind of want to talk about this on one of the podcasts. But in terms of police reform, Cole, you weren't here last time. What do you think about defunding the police?
The defunding the police thing?
Do you understand
Actually, I talked to this dude. I was at somebody's cookout, and this dude is he's like training to be training to be a police officer, something like that. He's in police academy.
Yeah.
And like I was talking to him about it, like how they teach him how to fight and this and that. And they don't teach them how to fight. Like they teach them like it's like a couple tricks, like disarming tricks or like little moves and shit like that, but they don't actually teach them how to do anything. So he said one of the problems is actually the fact that if somebody feels like they're in trouble, they don't know how to handle the situation. Like it's just like it's not a good screening process. It's like it's a lot of just bullshit that goes into becoming a cop. It's like you gotta like take a test and then wait years and stuff to like even become a patrol officer. But if you know the right people, you can like sign up for police academy and then be a cop, like a full patrolman in like a month or some shit like that. So it's like it's really just not there's not proper screening that goes into becoming a police officer. So honestly, it's not even defunding the police. I feel like will hurt people more than it will do good. Like I understand what you're going for, but it's like.
So what you think they need to be trained better?
Okay, time out.
They need to be trained. They need to be properly trained. They need. It's like a corrupt system. It's just you need to take out all these people. It's like it's not honesty in there. Like you can't just. Being a police officer isn't a job where you should just be able to put somebody on because you know them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should be able to pass certain mental tests. You should be able to pass certain like field tests, this and that. And then after like really strict screening, then you could be a police officer. But if you can just let people in based on how you know them, then of course it's gonna be fucked up.
What's your understanding of defunding the police? Because there's a lot of definitions going around.
I understand defunding them. They get too much. They get billions of dollars for like I don't know, like their gear and shit, uniforms, whatever the fuck. But they don't really need that. And if you use that money for other stuff, like you allocate it to things in the community that can make the community better rather than bettering the police force, then the community could be better. You don't need such heavy policing.
Okay, so we're all on the same page. So, okay, John, you were saying something? You were going to say something? I can't hear you.
I just wanted to like make the point, like when Cole was saying, like if they feel afraid, they don't know how to handle the situation or whatever the case may be. But my issue with what I think that he was saying is that these niggas have the guns, bro. I'm not saying in every situation when a cop draw on somebody and blast a motherfucker, they're wrong. But a lot of them, they are, bro. Like, you have the gun. You are in the position of the power. You have the law backing you. And 9 times out of 10, they do the shit that they do. They do that shit in groups. So it's like 6 of y'all with straps detaining one motherfucker that probably don't got nothing on him.
Oh, yeah, I'm not defending them at all.
Like, shit like that that whole the cop
like,
life.
You heard about Criminal Quan, bro?
Yeah, bro. That shit was stupid as fuck.
Wow, he went to the motherfucking. This dude went to the 7-Eleven. It was a dude eating behind the counter. Like, he worked there eating McDonald's behind the counter. Just, like, basically on the counter. You know what I'm saying? Just not supposed to be doing that. Then Quan said, yo, bro, you ain't even got the mask on. Like, he was just saying some shit to him. This motherfucker pulled out a box cutter. So Quan called the police. Meantime, in between that, they went outside I think Quan picked up a piece of wood or some shit like that because this dude had a knife. He ain't trying to get stabbed. And the cops got there. I don't think he had the piece of wood in his hand anymore, but they just all pointed the guns at him. I'm like, yo, bro, what, bro? Like, the only thing I could think of is like maybe there was more than one call to the police. Like somebody outside might have called him and been like, yeah, there's somebody out here
Possibly.
swinging a piece of wood or some shit. That's the only thing. But nonetheless, bro, I got a piece of wood, bro. You got straps, like,
Y'all got
bro.
guns.
Like, what's good with you?
And there was more than one aimed at him. Like, bro.
There was like 10 cops. Like, real talk, when have you got, if, worst case, one person's taking a hit, the other people tackle him. What's the worst that can happen?
And he
Like,
didn't
no
even have the
disrespect.
wood in his hands.
He
The
had
wood
his hands
wasn't even
up.
in his hands anymore, bro. His hands were in the air, bro. What are you
And
doing?
no disrespect to Quan and no shit like that. But it's not like Quan is like the most physically imposing person, bro. Like he not built like Goku, bro. Like,
That ass.
come on, you a
He's just a
professional
regular
police
guy.
officer, bro. Like, come on with
Regular
that shit,
dude,
man.
bro.
The niggas just like that shit, bro. They like that shit. They like
You
pulling
guys-
guns on people. They enjoy that shit.
I was saying, if you guys really want to understand how the police force work in a non-biased way, watch The Wire, because I learned so much about all this stuff that's going on right now through The Wire, and like I finished it perfect time. Like as I finished The Wire, I think a week later George Floyd died, and I'm learning all this stuff about it. But what was I gonna say? There was a scene. What am I talking about? There was a scene where there was like this whole actually I forgot what I was talking about, but I totally forgot. But yeah, if you really want to know the ins and outs of how police do their job and why they do it and whatnot, the Wire. I know it's old and it takes forever again. What, bro? It takes forever. The first two seasons are dry and stale, but season 2, episode 8, it just goes off, and like you don't want to miss another episode. But yeah, I learned a lot about how police don't care about the people they police. Through The
It's
Wire,
not all of them, though.
of course. Like, okay, that's what I was gonna say. There was this guy called Bunny. His job was Bunny Coleman. He was a police chief. His job was to they need to drastically reduce non-violent crimes like narcotics and whatnot in a year. Like I think he said it has to drop like 50%. He was like, "There's no way I can do that. That's physically impossible. I can't do it." So what he did. This is totally out of the box. What he did was within a certain place or area, they made it so that selling drugs was legal there. And as long as you're in these drugs, as long as you're selling drugs here, we won't arrest you. We will even patrol and make sure everything is cool and whatever. We will not become the hamster game. But whenever, like, if you're in between these walls, you can sell drugs, do whatever. This way, not much people are dying because of the drug situation. Not many people are ODing or whatever. People are handing out clean needles or whatever. Once they found out about this, he got fired so fast. Like he got fired faster than Nick Cannon, bro. Like, but he's saying, you guys want me to do an impossible thing. I'm doing what I'm doing, even though I'm doing completely. I'm just trying. And then on the other side of that, it's just like, okay, yeah, we don't care what you're doing. You guys are selling drugs. Go to jail. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like this whole policing situation. I personally believe that they are. I believe if you could defund the police, defund the organization, do not touch their pay. If their pay goes down, Black lives do not matter to them anymore. Do not touch their pay. Just don't. Their funding definitely needs to go down, and don't touch their pay and end qualified immunity. You guys know what qualified immunity is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so basically, let's say George Floyd's killer got away scot-free. Like like he was within his rights to do whatever, and he got away with it on a criminal level. The family cannot sue George Floyd's killer because of qualified immunity. They cannot civilly sue him and get him. They can't sue him for misconduct
Because of qualified immunity.
because of qualified immunity. Every cop has this.
That's bullshit.
They need to abolish that, and they're actively trying to work now on Capitol Hill to try to do some kind of qualified immunity bill. I mean, try to do police reform, but you can't really do it until you get rid of qualified immunity, because we have to be able to hold police accountable. I'm good. I tell you the truth, defunding them. If they can't do that, I get it. But if we're somehow allowed to hold them accountable, because like I said, Derek Chauvin had, I think, 12 complaints on him before when he killed George Floyd, and nobody did nothing. Nobody held him accountable, so he kept on doing shit until he got in trouble for it. So I don't know. Oh, say something funny, because we only have 3 minutes left, and this has now been a funny episode.
Sensational.
There you go.
A squirrel in Colorado has the Black Plague.
That's not funny.
That's something.
No, that's funny. That's mad 2020, bro.
Mad 2020, bro.
Did anybody see that shit with the bees? It was like a meme. It was like, oh, shout out to the bees to the killer bees for having the courtesy to say, oh, you know what, bro? We'll come back later when y'all got time.
Nigga said that was a filler episode. They said
I heard it.
filler
I was
episode.
listening to one of our old podcasts because I was thinking about putting one up. One of the old ones that got deleted. I was gonna put one up, and y'all remember Zombie Deer?
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that a couple weeks ago.
What we
Was that 2020?
No, 2019.
Thank heavens.
I
mean, they're still out there, though.
About that.
I miss normalcy so bad, bro. I miss that shit.
You know what I miss the most? Having the option to go out but still choosing to stay home.
I mean, you could go out, bro. People be at Johnny Max and everything.
Oh.
People are out here going crazy. You go to Bradley.
I'm
I
sure.
think Bradley's like this little neighborhood in Bradley, bro. They be having mad parties, bro.
Yeah.
Do they still making porn right now?
Excuse you?
So what?
Is porn still being made, like from companies like Brazzers and all that? Like porn,
Yeah.
is that still?
They're still yes, I believe so.
Do they have mask porn yet?
No.
I'm sure they do not.
I'm gonna look.
Not via Brazzers or anything. They end up taking the mask halfway through. Trust me, guys.
I'm gonna look. Said, what's bukkake? What is that?
That was the funniest moment in my life.
What is bukkake?
I want you guys to know I was 30 minutes late for work because of that.
What is bukkake?
You remember when John Bourne's mom asked that?
Yeah.
Whose fault was the AJ's? AJ brought it up, right? Yeah.
So
She was like, what is that, like a cool term or something? Is that what the kids say? She was like, I'm going to Google it. I was like, please don't Google it.
Did she ask her husband?
I was like, please don't Google it, bro. Please don't Google that.
Then she asked her husband too, and he was like,
yeah, he was like, oh, Keisha, no. No.
But okay, guys, we have less than a minute. Let's wrap this up. Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. That's my closing thought. Go ahead.
It was dope just seeing y'all.
Shout out to the Killer Hornets. Fuck 2020.
I got to see my guys. Love you guys.
I forgot, guys. I'm gonna try to squeeze this in. I cook now. I tore up some steak earlier, and I'm about to go cook some ribs right now. So
proud of you.
Yep.
Yeah, we ain't talk about 50 and wait. I don't want to talk about that shit anyway. I don't care anymore.
All right, guys. See y'all. See you